fastest-growing cities in Africa. Similarly, as Africa's population has grown through time, cities with high levels of industrialization, urbanization, and economic activity have seen a rapid increase in immigration. About half of the world's fastest-growing economies will be located on the continent, says Brahima Coulibaly, director of Brookings Africa Growth Initiative, with 20 economies expanding at an average rate of 5% or higher over the next 5 years, faster than the global economy's 3.6% rate. Africa's population is expected to reach around 2 billion by the year 2050, and more economic activities are being undertaken to counterbalance the rising population, as the continent's growth is driven by industrialization and urbanization. Let's take a look at the continent's fastest-growing cities in 2021 using both population and GDP statistics. 10. Accra, Ghana. Ghana's capital, Accra, is located on the Atlantic coast of West Africa. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is dedicated to Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah, who was instrumental in the country's independence. The park houses Nkrumah's mausoleum, as well as a museum dedicated to his life. The city's huge, colorful bazaar is known as Makola Market. Labadi Beach and Cockerbite Beach, for example, are popular seaside destinations with golden sand and a vibrant nightlife. Accra, Ghana's capital city, is also the country's largest metropolis. Accra is an undeniable market in the region, especially when you consider the city's role as Africa's entertainment capital. Since 2005, the city's population has increased from just over 2 million to about 3.5 million. Accra is an important actor in the world economic scene thanks to the adjacent Tema port. 9. Dakar, Senegal. Senegal's capital, Dakar, is located in West Africa. On the Cape Verde Peninsula, it is an Atlantic port. The Grand Mosque, with its high minaret, is located in the ancient Medina district. Clothing, drums, carvings, and tools are among the cultural objects on display at the Musée Theodore Monod. The bustling nightlife of the city is influenced by the indigenous Mbalax music. Dakar is often recognized as one of Africa's most historically significant cities. The city serves as Senegal's capital and is home to some of Africa's top ports. Dakar serves as a vital commerce crossroads, particularly between Europe and West Africa. Between 2005 and 2025, the population of Dakar will expand by 50%, from 2.8 million to little over 4.2 million. 8. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Ethiopia's huge capital, Addis Ababa, is the country's commercial and cultural center, located in the highlands overlooking the Great Rift Valley. Ethiopian art, traditional crafts, and prehistoric fossils, including replicas of the famed early hominid Lucy, are on display at the National Museum. The copper-domed Holy Trinity Cathedral, where Emperor Haile Selassie is buried, is a neo-Baroque architectural monument. Addis Ababa is so influential that it houses 1 out of every 4 urban Ethiopians. Addis Ababa is Ethiopia's capital and largest city, with a population of over 4 million. Addis Ababa is predicted to have a population of 4.7 million by 2025. With this figure, it would become the world's largest metropolis in a landlocked country. 7. Johannesburg, South Africa. Johannesburg, the largest city in South Africa and the capital of Gauteng province, originated as a gold mining colony in the 19th century. Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu once lived in the enormous Soweto township. The Mandela House Museum now occupies Mandela's former residence. The Glue Apartheid Museum and Constitution Hill, a former prison complex, are 2 more Soweto museums that tell the story of the battle to eliminate segregation. Johannesburg, like Nairobi, is a popular tourist destination in Africa. It is the largest city in South Africa, and it is located in the southern section of the country, unlike Nairobi. Johannesburg's status as a contemporary metropolis has progressively improved since South Africa hosted the 2010 FIFA World Cup. 6. Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya's capital city is Nairobi. Nairobi National Park, a huge game reserve noted for reproducing endangered black rhinos and home to giraffes, zebras, and lions, is located outside of the city's metropolitan core. A well-known elephant orphanage run by the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust is located nearby. Nairobi is also a popular starting point for safari treks throughout Kenya. Nairobi is home to the headquarters of various international organizations, notably the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP. Nairobi may not be one of Africa's megacities, with a population potential of 6.5 million by 2025, but it is nevertheless a force to be reckoned with. 5. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Tanzania's largest city and commercial port, emerged from a fishing town on the Indian Ocean coast. Traditional residences of local and other Tanzanian tribes have been recreated at the Open-Air Village Museum, which also accommodates tribal dancing. It's part of the National Museum, which has exhibitions on Tanzanian history, including anthropologist Louis Leakey's discovery of human ancestors' remains. Dar es Salaam has a population of about 6 million, making it one of Africa's most populous cities. While it is not the official seat of the Tanzanian government, it is home to a number of embassies and professional services organizations. Migration and urbanization have been credited with Dar es Salaam's progress. The port of Dar es Salaam also makes a substantial contribution to the city's economic activity. By the end of the century, it is expected to be home to more than 70 million people. 4. Luanda, Angola. Luanda, the capital of Angola, is a port city on southern Africa's west coast. The Marginal is a coastal promenade that stretches alongside Luanda Bay. The well-preserved 16th century fortress of Somiel, which today houses the Armed Forces Museum, is nearby. Views of the port and the Ilha do Cabo, a long thin peninsula in the bay with beaches, bars, and restaurants, may be seen from the fort. This is Angola's capital and largest city. Angola trades its crude oil and other commodities through the port of Luanda, which is close by. It now has a population of almost 7 million people, up from 4.8 million in 2005. 3. Cairo, Egypt. Egypt's huge capital, Cairo, is located on the Nile River. Tahrir Square and the Egyptian Museum, which houses royal mummies and gilded King Tutankhamun treasures, are at the core of the city. Giza, which dates from the 26th century BC, is home to the famous pyramids and the Great Sphinx. The 187 meters Cairo Tower, located in Jazeera Island's lush Zamalek area, offers panoramic city views. Cairo is a historic city that dates back to the prehistoric era. Nonetheless, it is a well-known city and Africa's largest city by landmass. While Cairo is considered part of the Middle East, it continues to act as a major transportation center for the remainder of the Arab world, particularly North African countries beyond the Sahara. In recent years, the city has had to come up with novel methods to deal with its rapidly growing population, which is expected to reach 40 million by the year 2100. As a result, 40 kilometers east of Cairo, a new development is taking place. This new city will have a population of 7 million when it is completed. 2. Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo. Kinshasa is not simply the capital, but also the epicenter of the country's dynamic and contradictory influences that have defined its modern African character. It was the seat of a long-running Zaire military government based, on the one hand, on the might of the armed forces, and, on the other, on a style of political and social compromise that, until its later years, secured the grudging cooperation of most inhabitants. Congo is a French-speaking country in Central Africa that was formerly known as Zaire. Kinshasa, the country's capital, is also the country's most populous city. Kinshasa had a population of around 10 million in 2005. However, by 2025, it is expected that this mighty city would be home to 18 million people. Kinshasa is an important business center for all of Central Africa, despite not being as well known as some African cities such as Johannesburg, Cairo, and Lagos. With an estimated 84 million people, Kinshasa is predicted to be the world's second largest city by the year 2100. 1. Lagos, Nigeria. Nigeria's largest city stretches inland over the Lagos Lagoon from the Gulf of Guinea. The financial core of the city, Victoria Island, is known for its beach resorts, boutiques, and nightlife. The National Museum Lagos, located on Lagos Island to the north, houses cultural relics and crafts. Freedom Park, which was formerly a colonial-era prison but is now a prominent site for concerts and other events, is close by. Lagos was once Nigeria's capital, but in 1991 it was delegated to Abuja. As it grew increasingly impossible to reduce the population flood into the country's largest market, the authorities highlighted the city's vast population as a problem. Lagos now boasts a population of nearly 20 million people. According to some estimates, the population is closer to 25 million. It is Africa's most populated country's industrial and commercial center. Lagos is expected to have a population of 4 to 5 million by 2050, with a substantially younger workforce. African countries, such as Nigeria, would overtake the United States as the world's most populous nation by the end of the century. With all of this progress, it is clear that African countries are on the rise. While we hope you loved our great content, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for new incoming videos. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more.